Just starting out with my investing journey, don't know about index funds, please don't judge. Can you make a video on that? It'd be super helpful. Well, no judgments here, and it's never too late to begin your investing journey. They say you find what you seek, so here's your video about index funds. Thank me later. I know you've been scratching your head about what index funds are, how they work, what are their benefits, etc. Stop right there because you'll find answers to all these questions and more in this video. So shall we begin? Here's a quick checklist of what we'll be discussing in this video today. What are index funds? How do index funds work? Types of index funds, benefits of investing in index funds, steps to begin investing in index funds. Let's start with the first question. What are index funds? To understand index funds, you'll first need to understand a financial market index. Simply put, it's a tracker that measures how a specific set of stocks perform in the market. Stocks are grouped into various segments and categories based on their market capitalization, the sectors they cater to, and more. For example, Nifty 50 is the index which tracks the performance of the top 50 companies listed on the National Stock Exchange, which is NSE. So now, can you guess what an index fund would likely be? Option A, a type of mutual fund. Option B, an exchange-traded fund. Option C, both A and B. Comment your answers below. If you chose option C, kudos to you. You seem to be understanding it pretty well. Index funds are a type of mutual fund that mimic or mirror a particular market index. As a result, you don't need an active fund manager's expertise to pick the stocks or securities. Instead, the index funds aim to mirror the overall performance of the underlying index. How do index funds work? So, how does an index fund work? Let me explain with an example. Take any market index. For this example, let us take the S&P BSE 100, which measures the performance of the 100 largest and most liquid Indian companies within the S&P BSE large mid-cap. An index fund that tracks the S&P BSE 100 will invest in the stocks and securities that comprise the BSE 100 in the same proportions. Thus, when the index fluctuates, the index fund will behave similarly, creating the mirror effect mentioned earlier. Like S&P BSE 100, there are several other indices such as Nifty 50, Nifty 100, Nifty Next 50, and more. If you're interested in a specific industry or sector, there are indices for those as well. Examples include the Nifty Auto Index, Nifty IT Index, Nifty Pharma Index, Nifty Metal Index, and many more. Types of index funds. Remember that there are various types of market indices. Well, needless to say, there are different types of index funds. But what are they? Here we have a bowl of chits, each mentioning a different type. Let us pick one and explain it to you. Broad market index funds. The investments would be divided among stocks from various market sizes and regions, creating a diverse portfolio. Factor-based or smart beta index funds. To enhance returns, stocks are selected based on criteria or metrics such as performance, industry, size, etc. Market capitalization on index funds. Stocks are chosen based on their market value in the index. This type of fund is closely managed by the fund managers. Equal weight index funds. Equal funds are assigned to each stock to maintain a balanced representation. Next one. Debt index funds. These passive debt fund trackers simplify the stock choosing process and reduce cost. Sector-based index funds. These funds focus on a specific industry that the sector must likely have in-depth knowledge of. Custom index funds. As the name suggests, these index funds can be in a completely different category or a combination of the aforementioned categories based on the investor's requirements. Essentially, they allow investors to track stocks in ways other than the usual ones. Benefits of investing in index funds for NRIs. So far, we've understood index funds, how they work, and their different types. But you must be wondering what exactly they help with. After all, experts such as fund managers are involved in some of the other modes of investments. So why not opt for those? If you too have these thoughts, let me list the benefits for you. A. Beginner friendly. If you're new to stocks, securities, and investments, index funds act as a good gateway. As mentioned earlier, they do not require active fund management, which means you can dabble with it to gain exposure to the market without facing several risks associated with investment options such as direct investments and mutual funds. Lack of need for expertise. One doesn't need skills and experience in stock selection and finance. Thus, anyone with enough money to invest can leverage this instrument. Third is cost efficiency. Index funds are cost effective since they do not utilize active fund managers that charge additional fees. Furthermore, they avoid underperformance and replicate index holdings, reducing overall costs. Fourth is time efficiency. Since investors don't need to spend time on individual stock analysis and research, minimal time commitment from your end is required. In fact, you merely need to spend about a few minutes or a few hours annually. Overall, these are the key benefits of investing in index funds. It is also important to know that with a lower expense ratio and the potential to match market returns, index funds generally outperform actively managed funds over the long term. Steps to begin investing in index funds. Now coming to the most crucial part that I know you've all been waiting for. How do you invest in index funds in India as an NRI? Well, you need just a few simple steps. Step number 1, open an NRI or an NRO account. While NRI is used to send overseas earnings to an Indian account, NRO helps you earn from Indian sources. Also, repatriation from an NRO account can be difficult. You can use the funds in these accounts to invest in the index funds and receive returns by selling them. You can invest in the index funds once you've set up the account. Step 2. Complete your Know Your Customer KYC process. You can complete it via a KYC registration agency or KRA, such as CDSL Ventures Limited, NSDL Database Management Limited, NSC Data and Analytics Limited, etc. Alternatively, you can also reach out to fund houses and they will walk you through the process. For your KYC process, you will need the following documents. A. Recent photograph. B. You will need copy of PAN card. C. Copy of passport. D. Current residential proof. This can be a temporary one or a permanent one. And E. A bank statement. Step number 3. Choose the index fund that suits your requirements and needs. And voila! Now you've got an overview of index funds. To give you a quick recap, we discussed what are index funds, how do index funds work, types of index funds, benefits of investing in index funds, steps to invest in index funds. As always, any information in this video is not a recommendation or investment advice. All information is shared for educational purposes only. Ultimately, you must follow the DYOR or do your own research rule before investing in any index fund or other financial instruments. That's it for this video, guys. If you found it valuable, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Adios, amigos. This is Alina Reyes signing off. Bye-bye.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.